Just happy Father's Day, Adam. You said previously with us how much you enjoy pitching on big occasions like Mother's Days and birthdays. Where does this rank on those kinds of performances for you?
Yeah, I mean it was. I pitched a pretty good game on Mother's Day, right? And
Yes.
Father's Day, I can't leave the dads hanging. I got to give them some love too. There's a lot of great dads out there that wanted to shout out. So this is for all the great dads out there. Good job, dudes.
You've thrown two complete games now. Neither of them have been 9 inning wins, though. So you think third time's a charm in that regard?
I'll take them however they give them to me. If the next one's a 5 inning rainout, I'll take that one too. But I like going the distance. That's a notch on the belt. It's what we strive to do. I set out today to pitch the entire game, and we got that done. So, yeah, especially against the Braves. Love pitching against the Braves. I had a bunch of people in the stands today, and a lot of texts. I'm gonna have some hate mail in there from uh, friends, and I'm gonna have a lot of people who are cheering for the Braves on every other day besides the day I'm pitching. So. A lot of people are rooting for me, so I feel that. I appreciate it.
Last one for me, Adam. In a time where the team has kind of been a little thin and not performing up to its own expectations, how beneficial can an unplanned day off be, like yesterday, and being maybe a reset button for everybody?
I think yesterday was a huge rain out for us. I mean, we had a couple of really bad games in a row, just didn't play well on any side of the ball, just not crisp, not pitching well, not taking good at bats. Um, and a day like that, off day where, like you said, unexpected, um, that can really flip a script. So I'm hoping that we ride this little game today into a little momentum tonight, win a big game tonight, and then carry that into Detroit, win a series there, and get back home and play in front of our great fans, and hopefully get a lot of momentum going. That'd be great.
Thanks, Waino.
Derek Gold, St. Louis Post-Dispatch.
Adam, I think you got a strikeout on every one of your pitches. I think multiple times you got called strike threes on every one of your pitches. Is that?
I didn't get one on my changeup today,
Okay. There you go.
but that's technically not one of my pitches. So um,
This pitch.
depends on the lineup. I was facing a lot of really tough righties today, and then some of the lefties are really good changeup hitters. Ozzie Albies is one of the best changeup hitters in all of baseball. Freddie, you can throw it to Freddie. It's got to be you got to locate. You got to be pretty fine with it. But the other guys, it just didn't play into my plan today. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. But it was good. It was a good mix. I got better as I went. Mechanics got much better as I went. My arm swing started really swinging instead of sticking early on. I was leaving a lot of stuff up in the zone and arm side when my arm, when I take my hand out of my glove, if it stops for a second and then goes, I'm just a couple of clicks behind where I need to be, and I start losing the ball arm side. So, we started after Yachty threw that guy out at second. I started getting my arm swing a little bit better on track. So. Yeah, it was a big win. We needed that.
Did Jill come to you and ask you which game you wanted of this doubleheader? Is that something that he would have deferenced to you as a veteran?
Used to be that way. Every now and then they'll say, which game do you want to pitch? But last night he just texted me that I'm starting game one, so I didn't argue with him. That's good. I knew it was going to be hot, so I'm born and raised in South Georgia. It doesn't get any hotter in the world than that. I mean, I think it's maybe Houston and maybe somewhere in Africa might get hotter than South Georgia, but I'm not sure. So I'm sort of ready for hot games, so I'll take that.
I thought it might be good strategy too, knowing that you could go out there and give them 7 and set it up for an evening where they could be aggressive.
Could be. I like that. Good thought process, Derek. Makes me feel good. Appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, are you someone who can see these friends and family in the crowd to keep pick them out? Did you do that on purpose?
Well, I know where my cousin always sits on the front row right behind the dugout, so I always know where he is. But other than that, in 16 years of playing in the big leagues, I've never been able to find my wife and kids one time in the stands until last week, where Matt Carpenter said they're right there and pointed them at me. I was like, oh, there they are. It was like, where's Waldo? But no, I don't even know there's people in the stands a lot of times, until I get a big applause or something.
Then I have to ask this question. Does it cross your mind at all about this might be one of the last times you start here? What that means?
Yeah. Yeah, and I really wanted to go deep my last at bat too, if it was my last at bat. But the bat has forgot how to work this year to this point, unfortunately. But I'm going to get so many hits in the second half, it's going to be crazy. But it did cross my mind that this could be it. I don't know. You never know. I'm acting like it is, just in case it is, so I don't miss anything.
Last question for me: does that focus you? I mean, like Katie asked you about the holidays. I mean, your first home run is on your wife's birthday, and you pitch like that today here. But does that kind of stuff focus you?
Yes, it does. Which always tells me that there's another level that I could be focusing more on days that aren't necessarily dedicated special days. But on these days, I do seemingly always, focus myself a little bit more and prepare a little bit harder and go out there and pitch a little bit better sometimes.
Thanks, Adam. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Zach Silver, MLB.com.
Adam, you mentioned the Yachty caught stealing. I don't know how to ask you some of these questions any different way, but how is he able to get that much behind a throw from his knees, and how much have you just, how much does that have helped you throughout your career, especially today itself? How impressive is it to watch that kind of keep happening on a daily basis?
It's unbelievable. I don't know how he does anything that he does, honestly. I mean, he's 38 years old, caught 140 games a year for 17 straight years or whatever he's done. He gets hit in the face and the knees and the legs and the foot and the hand and the arm and the elbow every single day, it seems like, and wakes up the next day and plays another game. Never takes any time off. So I think he's like the eighth wonder of the world, But it never surprises me when he throws somebody out. It surprises me when somebody goes. We were actually talking about it on the bench the other day, and one of our guys says, if I was on base, I would steal easy off you. And I said, have you ever seen me give up a stolen base? And they were like, no. And I was like, exactly. But they got one today, unfortunately. But I don't give up many stolen bases, and probably 90% of that's Yachty.
Mike Reeves, Illinois Radio.
Hey, Adam, on a day where you are recording a lot of strikeouts, does that ever enter your mind at all that's working today? There's a lot, as Derek talked about, you had some called strikes or strikeouts. Does that ever enter your mind, the number of strikeouts that you're accumulating? Because that's not always your game, as we know.
No, it never really crossed my mind. I mean, I knew I had more than a normal day today, and I knew I was creeping up on I think my record's 12. My personal record is 12, and I knew I was getting close to it. But I was also emptying the tank a little bit in the seventh, so I really wanted to get my last walk. I had him set up, and that might have been a strike. I don't know. I'll have to go back and look at it. But I wanted to do it on the curveball too. Yachty called fastball away, which was the right pitch, and I shook the curveball. But for whatever reason, I got nostalgic about it and wanted to punch him out on the curveball. So did work. Well, I got the next guy, so we'll count it.